Video 7 Scientific Knowledge Part 2 Cause-effect relation and science. Physical world consists of things made of matter and energy, which have separate sets of properties. How do we get knowledge about physical things? Let us firstly introduce the notions of regularity and cause-effect relation. Here we consider a group of repeated occurrences of two physical things or events, one after the other, for which the notions of cause and effect relation can be applied. Technically, we normally say that cause-effect relation exists between two events A and B if the event A occurs before event B regularly in the time scale, and also if the notion of cause and effect can be applied. Here A is treated as cause and B is the effect. For example, we can say that there is a cause-effect relation between cloud and rain and say cloud causes rain. The cause-effect relations of physical things or events form the main corpus of the special subject called science. Alternatively, we may say that the main aim of science is to formulate the cause-effect relations between physical things or events using experiments and analysis of data. Popular examples of science are the disciplines like physics, chemistry, astronomy, biology, and psychology. Definition: Science is defined as the experimental study of physical things made of matter and energy with regard to the properties and cause-effect relations. It is expedient to state that scientific study is carried out in a particular series of steps called the scientific method. The branch of science dealing with inanimate physical things is properly called physical science. Its main components are physics and chemistry. In this context, we can say that the words physical and material have the same meaning. Since mathematics and logic are abstract subjects dealing with the physical world, these subjects are included in the class of physical science. In the case of physical science, in most situations, a cause-effect relation or scientific law is a logical relation between certain measurable variables. For example, consider the equation 2S2 plus O2 is equal to 2S2O, which is the formula for combining hydrogen and oxygen in order to produce water. It means that O is an oxygen atom while S2 and O2 are molecules having 2 atoms each. We know that atomic weight of hydrogen is 1 and that of oxygen atom is 16. Then the above equation says that 4 grams of hydrogen and 32 grams of oxygen would combine to produce 36 grams of water. The above equation can be stated in the form of a cause-effect relation. When hydrogen and oxygen are combined in certain proportion, it will produce water. But we have expressed it as a relation of measurements. This is a general feature of most of the cause-effect relations in science. We reiterate that scientific cause-effect relation or law does not imply any purpose with regard to the phenomenon. Obviously, by focusing on how question, science aims to become a practical knowledge. To elaborate this point, consider the sentence, putting on switch causes the light of bulb. This is a practical knowledge of cause-effect relation which ignores the other relevant causes such as the flow of current and quality of element in the bulb. In other words, cause-effect relation does not assume any necessity or purpose. Putting on switch does not necessarily cause the lighting of bulb. Switch does not have an agency or purpose of action. In this context, it is necessary to distinguish between the questions how and why for understanding better the nature of scientific knowledge. Science deals with the measurable relation between things in order to answer the how question. Example, how does water is produced? On the other hand, science is incapable of addressing the why question, which concerns the purpose of the phenomenon under study. Why do hydrogen and oxygen combine to produce water with new properties? This question is outside the scope of science. It may be anticipated that religion and philosophy are the main areas of knowledge pertaining to the why question. For example, God created the physical laws, including the astronomical laws pertaining to the motion of stars and planets. Our next step is to explain how science deals with the biological world consisting of the innumerable living beings, including plants, trees, birds, animals, and humans. The living beings have the wonderful properties of life and mind. There are two levels of biological world called lower level and high level. We hold that mind exists only in animals and other beings for which brain and other parts of nervous system have been developed. Accordingly, there are three levels of nature having a gradation as per the table below. We can say that the above three levels started in three successive stages in the scale of time. The first level of physical world started about 1370 crore years ago. Biological world started about 350 crores years ago in the small planet called Earth. This is treated as the evolution of our universe. Three images showing the evolution of physical world, biological world and human beings are given below. We may conceive the evolution from a different point of view. In the biological world, there exists life and mind, which are expressions of consciousness. But consciousness is not visible. We say that it is non-physical. It is expedient to hold that the evolution of our universe has occurred in two opposite directions, upwards in physical world and downwards in the non-physical world. This fact can be compared with the growth of a tree. Branches grow upwards while roots grow downwards. We must take into account this analogy when we discuss the evolution of our universe comprehensively. Life and mind have the non-physical attributes such as creativity, purpose and freedom. Nevertheless, the project of science is to translate the non-physical properties of life and mind into physical activities of body. It is envisaged that the structure of biological science is built upon the foundation composed by physical science. Please subscribe to this YouTube video series. Thank you for watching.